I assume you are, so let's crack on with it straight away. If I just get all my hands and clickers and things in place, let's do this. The first channel we are looking at today is Rachel Lurch, I believe. 588 subscribers, landscape photography, adventures twice weekly. So a very in-your-face type of, this is what we're going to be doing and how often we're going to be doing it. Let's get a bit more information perhaps from the description. It's an artistic craft, a precision sport, and a pure joy. This channel features videos of my photography shoots and outdoor adventures, as well as gear reviews. So there's a combination here between reviews and the story of a photographer. Now, maybe just to enhance your banner a little bit, you could include a picture of yourself, maybe holding that camera to give us more emphasis on what you do. You include yourself in your profile. I think maybe we could see you in the channel banner as well. And maybe you could enhance your value proposition a little more. Maybe you can turn this nice, lovely piece of descriptive text into something which has your value proposition, if you could potentially do that. But otherwise, we're clearly understanding after a minute of looking at this channel that it's something to do with photography.
Why photography?
Let's look at the channel intro, which I'm delighted to see we have, and it's 26 seconds long, so great start there.
Because it's awesome. Photography adventures twice a week on YouTube. Subscribe and come along.
What do you think of that channel intro? I quite like it. It has a lot of pace to it, some nice music that keeps the energy and quick shifting between different clips there of photography. Again, the one thing I might suggest is maybe including yourself, Rachel, at the beginning of the intro. If you're in the videos, we'll have a look at your actual video content and see how much you're in front of camera. But there's always some value and some authenticity and some trust to be gained from putting a person in front of camera and seeing the whites of their eyes and gaining almost like that, not intimate relationship, but a connection between two people talking to each other, which is very much at the essence of a YouTube channel, not just something that's quite distant and detached. You're obviously going to be telling a story about photography, and we want to know who the narrator is, the person behind the narration. But anyway, in terms of a channel intro, I think it's very good that you have one, and it's very short and snappy, and it's probably better than 90% of the channel trailers I usually see in these reviews. There you are, you're in front of camera there, or at least I think that's you standing there, and you seem to be in front of camera there, and in front of camera there, so it definitely looks as if you are in front of camera talking about your story. So maybe include that just in the consistency of the branding that you have. Uploads here, so your most recent uploads first, which is good to see. We know how consistent you are posting, which seems to be around about two videos, as you say, twice weekly, and you seem to be following that consistent trend, and you've got some creative playlists there. One more playlist I would recommend including is welcome to landscape photography. Here's what we do here, and maybe the content that best reflects you as a YouTuber. Doesn't necessarily have to be your most popular videos, but the ones that you think best represent the content that you produce. Video-wise, let's have a look at your thumbnails then. So we have quite, I would say, an eclectic mix of thumbnails here. So I don't want to try and critique your photography skills here because you are a photographer. However, there are some minor tweaks that I would suggest to your thumbnails. If we take this thumbnail as an example, there's some text here. I think it says landscape photography, but it's difficult to read. And you yourself in there, we clearly see you, and the background looks relatively fine, but the text here is a bit difficult to see. So you might want to think about when you shrink your thumbnails down to this size, this is predominantly the size that the majority of your audience are going to see your thumbnails at. So you can produce something that looks spectacular at 1280, but when you reduce it down to 300 pixels by 175 pixels, then obviously things start to lose focus. If you look at this one, for example, it's a lot simpler, but it has a lot more impact because it's just you with your photo, and then it has to have some... The picture is good. You're waiting for sunset, so maybe you could have included some orange glow in the background just to try and emphasize the story that you're telling in your title. Like this, for example, this thumbnail here is exceptional. Fog and mist, and you've obviously maybe manipulated your thumbnail a little bit so that it is a little misty and it tells the story of what's been teased in the title. So I think that's a really good example of a thumbnail. Another thing I would say is consistency. You're using very different colors in a lot of your thumbnails. So if we were to take several of these and throw them into a pot of thumbnails, would a person be able to clearly pick out your thumbnails from your content? And possibly not. For example, this one here, this thumbnail here, which doesn't have you in at all, versus this one here, the Barbados landscape photography, two completely different thumbnails, and I wouldn't be able to tell whether they were from the same channel. So you can do that by start using the same color theme perhaps on your thumbnails, or introducing a border, or including a small logo somewhere to help emphasize that. But yeah, just some thoughts there. One thing I will say, well, a couple of things I'll say which look good here on channel health. You have 600 subscribers, but your view count seems to be quite healthy versus that subscriber count, around about 40 to 50% of views versus subscribers, which seems good. Like we're in a couple of hundreds, 300s, occasionally these ones that are a little bit of breakout content, which is excellent. And your likes to dislikes ratio is phenomenal. Like 20, all of these are getting double-digit likes and 0 dislikes. So people really dig your content when they find it. Awesome stuff. Have a quick look at your most popular videos. See if there's any breakthrough videos. One about the review of a camera. So I'm seeing 2 camera reviews here at the top, which have got good reviews. Are you going to be able to carry that on? Or is that something that you've had to put aside? That might be something to think about. I'm also noticing here with photography channels, testing lenses seems to be a good topic if you can produce the content when the lens is being released. So maybe that might be something to think about as well. But you also have to consider how diverse your content is going to be, because it looks as if you have sort of vloggy stories about you as a photographer, then you have reviews, then you have like assets or tips and suggestions, such as stock photography. There, it looks as if the reviews and the stock support content seems to be the most popular, but you haven't done any of that for what looks to be several months. You've gone into your storytelling, which is absolutely fine. And if you want to carry on with that, awesome. I suspect that you have a core audience who is always following your content, and you're building a community there, which is awesome. Go back to one of your videos. Let's try the landscape photography one, see what comes up.
Hey.
We'll do the first 25 seconds of this.
So today is very foggy and misty, and it looks really cool. I am just in a place close to my home, and I've always wanted to stop and see if I could gain access. There's this really neat woodland, and you kind of drive quickly kind of over top of it, and I haven't seen any access. So I've just found a little a walkway that looks like it might lead.
Nice introduction there. One suggestion I might have is this feels like the start of a video after what you might have as a teaser section. And the teaser section is something to grab the audience within the first 5 to 10 seconds. If you can find some phenomenal bit of footage from the rest of the video, I'm just trying to scan quickly through it, see if I can find anything, which you could where something goes wrong, or it's like, yes, I got the perfect shot there, which as I say, is about 5 to 10 seconds. Then do a quick graphical intro, and then maybe jump into the story here, which I think may just grab the audience a bit more. Check your audience retention and see if there's any drop off in the first 30 seconds. This felt like quite a slow introduction, which is fine, and if that's what your audience is into, but maybe just adding more of a tease and a hook in the first 15 seconds could help there. Video optimization seems almost perfect. However, look what we have here, cards. You are not using video cards here. It's one of the very simple ways to push your audience to more of your content. For example, you could check the average audience retention on your videos. Let's say it's 2 minutes. You could put a card at 1 minute 50 to push the audience to some of your other content if you feel as if you may lose them. So yeah, simple fix there. Make sure you add some cards, and whenever you talk about other videos in the video that you're currently on, you definitely want to have a leading card. You're doing tutorials, you're doing lens tests, so it could be like, I'm going to take a picture with this lens. I've done a review on it. If you're interested, you can check it out right here. So I guess that's like the business side of YouTube, the promotion of your content. So opportunities there. Tag wise, yeah, we're seeing some long tail keywords here: landscape photography fog, landscape photography vlog, photography mist. So longer tail keywords. I think maybe you could possibly introduce some tips and tricks style tags if you are offering suggestions in these videos, like how to take pictures in fog or best pictures in fog. Those sorts of areas you may want to think about as well. But generally a good level of keywords here. You're not trying to be broad and just have camera and just have fog. I think it's good here that you are having some specific keywords. And like 56 comments for a 1,000 view video or 900 view video. Very healthy channel and community there. Looks as if you're at least loving some of the comments and putting in some replies. So I think, Rachel, you have good fundamentals and a solid channel here. And I think you have some good stuff. Yeah, I've just lost for words there. I think you have a good channel and just a few tweaks here and there to help with the message of your channel and a bit of a branding to get more people to come into your content, and you should be well on your way there. That is the first review we've had today, and it is Rachel Lurch. I do hope you appreciate that. Okay, who are we going to look at next? I think we have the next one. Thank you very much for the Doberman guy, and of course Extra Sessions Media if you're both in the live stream here. This next person who we're going to do a channel review with, she was posting loads of fantastic stuff in the last live stream last Tuesday, and I even noticed it when we were doing the group therapy channel review at the end. And she's been posting some very good comments as well throughout the week on vidIQ. So this is why this person is getting the channel review, and it is Everything April. Hello to you since 2014, British vlogger. So, channel banner. It's your channel name. We might want to know a little bit more about what you do on your channel. There's a lot of vloggers out there. Why should I watch your vlog, your British vlog, over somebody else's, just as a thought? And if you're a vlogger, you are going to be the star attraction of this show. People want to know more about you want to know as much as possible about you. So definitely include yourself in the channel banner, I would say. A little bit of information about the channel then. You are April, 20 years old. You have always loved filming and video editing, so decided to make a YouTube channel. You reply to all comments. That's good to see. Recently started doing daily vlogs on this channel, which I really enjoy. You also do random videos such as pranks, hauls, tutorials, reaction videos. Okay, here we go. The conundrum of lots of different topics on a channel. Do you want your audience to be most interested in pranks, hauls, whatever they are? I'm assuming that's like loot and things you've bought, tutorials, or reaction videos. I think as a smaller channel, with 600 subscribers, you probably want to think about what you most enjoy doing, what are you passionate about doing within these videos, and concentrating on that topic for maybe 5 to 10 videos just to see how your audience reacts to it. If we have a quick look at your videos and see what the titles are. Your top 5 favorite anime, okay. Christmas lights, trip to MCM Comic Con, okay, so there's a bit of an anime theme here. What else have we got? What is gaming? So you're talking about video games as well. Trip to York with your friends. So already there, just have to quickly looking at your thumbnails and your titles. You've got 4 different topics there. What do you think your audience is going to be most invested in? And just think about that as you take your channel forward. This is probably why, with 600 subscribers, the health of your views can be all over the place. Like 59 views there, 86 views, one here which is a bit more popular, 488 views, 89 views. So that might be why your view count is all over the place when you're producing your videos. I've also noticed as well, but I think we talked about this in the chat, that you had a big break from YouTube. Like, you've done 2 videos in the last couple of days and then there was a big gap. So you're going to have to get that traction going again a little bit, and you will have to maybe just accept that for maybe the next 10, 20 videos, you're starting again a little bit from scratch with your audience. So now might be an opportunity to decide, right, I'm going to focus on this topic for the next 5 to 10 videos and see where that takes me. Okay, we jumped forward a little bit there, so let's rewind back to our channel. Top 10 facts about you. It's not a channel trailer, it's 15 minutes long, but let's see if we can get a flavour of your content within the first 30 seconds.
This is April again, and today I am going to do that 10 facts about me video that I kept meaning to do, but never got around to because it's been a busy few months. So, it took me a while to decide what I am and aren't going to say, because there's a lot of weird.
So in the first 30 seconds, again, similar to the photography channel, you may want to have the best bit of the top 10 facts. It might be like just some little teaser like, I like to eat bowling pins, or whatever crazy fact you have, and then jump into the video itself at a bit of a slower pace. You could start to use more jump cuts and infuse maybe a bit more energy potentially. You did one frame shift there where it focused in on you, but I think that was the one pattern interrupt in the first 30 seconds. And if we just talk about pattern interrupts for a short amount of time, people do not have long attention spans and they get distracted very easily. And a pattern interrupt is where you do something on screen, whether that be a graphic appearing, or you change the angle of the camera, you change the color, some music is introduced. All of these pattern interrupts keep you interested in the video. And this is something I've been learning a lot and practicing myself a lot this year on vidIQ. It requires a lot more editing, but hopefully that increases viewer watch time. So maybe something you can think about there in terms of pattern interrupts for your content. And I should preface as well that when I review people's channels, I always do a microcosm. I'm looking at about that much of your channel where you are aware of this much of your channel and you're saying, yeah, but I do this in all those other videos. So if I'm ever wrong about these small parts of your channels that I'm seeing, then of course I do apologize, but I've got to try and review the channel in the microcosm of this review. Anyway, your favorite videos. Okay, so that's a nice playlist to have. It's similar to welcome to my channel, here's what we do here. These are your favorite videos, not necessarily the most popular ones, but your favorite ones, and that's good to see. And yeah, you've got a description there, which is fine. It's probably not that searchable on YouTube. YouTube treats playlists as video, so if there's keywords to be had in there, then definitely work on trying to include any keywords you can. You got some most popular videos here, so here we go again with different topics. How to make an earphone cover from loom bands. So that seems to be some sort of creative, crafty thing that you did. And another one here, another creative, crafty thing you did that merged technology. So there's two things here that were popular. They are more than 3 years ago, though, so it might be difficult to capitalize on them now. But the how-tos and the makes and the creating ones are the ones which were most successful for your channel. A day out in Leeds. I'm from Huddersfield, by the way. So everything April, if you're in Yorkshire, hello there. Right, let's have a look at your video thumbnails. Let's see what we can check out here. So something I'm noticing quite quickly, and this is helpful from the vidIQ likes to dislikes ratio button that we have. If I just mouse over any of these, we can see how many likes and dislikes, and we're kind of getting yellows and reds, which doesn't mean that the video is terrible. It just means on average we tend to feel that if a video has less than 80% likes, then there may be a particular reason why there's some negativity against it. Maybe you can look at the comments or see why a lot of videos are potentially getting negative comments. If it's just trolls and bad people, then don't worry about it. There's always going to be those on YouTube. Thumbnail wise, I would say they tend to be a bit busy. If we look at this one, for example, trip to York with friends, you've got 4 pictures here, but again, when the thumbnail is shrunk down, it's very difficult to decipher the content of these thumbnails. I think this is you taking a selfie, some chap looking at you, a street, a bit of food. Probably focus on the best thing from the video and just use that as your thumbnail. Other examples here might be like this one, which has a Christmas tree, you, and is that a dog's nose? I'm a bit confused why that's there in that one. Another one here where there's 4 pictures, and again, it might be a little difficult to pick out. If I was you, I'll probably just pick out this one, which I can see as the toad mushroom from Mario, and just have that maybe as the thumbnail that covers the whole screen as a thumbnail idea. And yeah, maybe just look at your thumbnails again in terms of fonts. The font consistency changes quite a bit. I can't read what that says. My issue something. My favorite anime. So things to maybe fix on the fonts. If you're going to use text in your video, in your thumbnails, make sure that they stand out, they're thick, they have maybe an outline to them, and it just makes them easier to read, or like a solid background, rather than like another one here, top 10 crucial tips for starting university. Another example here of when you're just replicating the title in the thumbnail, what would be much more useful here is you have the title, maybe include a mortarboard and maybe a scary emoji, like things that are scary, to indicate some sort of emotional response to the title rather than repeating the title. So yeah, I think simplifying the thumbnails, I think, would be a good idea here. But just as I was saying before, again, you're going to have to maybe have a battle between what you want to produce and what you're passionate about versus what YouTube and your audience is telling you about your most popular content. And it seems to be these crafty ones here, like DIY phone case, how to make earbuds, temporary phone case. And then you've got a couple more with the Emmerdale tour. That's a soap opera in Yorkshire, by the way, where all speak with Yorkshire accents that sound like this, because I'm originally from Yorkshire and I can put on a Yorkshire accent, and you probably have no idea what I'm talking about now and can't understand what I'm saying. So I kind of put on this fake YouTube voice, which is probably not what I'm supposed to do. It should be real. Anyway, I'm waffling about myself here. Yeah, so you may have a struggle about what content can I make which is popular with my audience versus what content I want to create as a video creator. Right, let's go back to your most recent videos, and we'll have to go to one of your super new videos. We'll choose this one.
Hi guys, so it's April and welcome back to the channel. I'm really sorry I haven't been vlogging or anything recently. I was quite ill through December and January, so I was unable to like do anything really. And then when I got a bit better, I just needed to catch up with uni and do some essays. So
sorry to hear about that, but delighted to hear that you're back to health and on YouTube. Again, just thinking about the title of the video versus your first 20 seconds. A person's going to click into this, if they're completely new to your channel, they're going to click into this and they're going to think, where's my content about my favourite anime? So what you might want to do is deliver some of that title in the first 5 to 10 seconds as a teaser, and then go into the whole content of the video, which could include the story as to why you haven't been on YouTube. So again, just making sure that you're not losing your audience because you're not delivering the value that was promised in the title. Some good optimization here. I'm seeing that you're including cards and end screens. Haven't pinned a comment, but that's one of the smaller things that you can think about when producing content. Top 5. So let's have a look at optimization. My top 5 favorite animes. At this point, I would be clearly lying if I was to say I'm not on nerd. Most people I know I love anime. Okay, so some good keywords included in here in terms of your favorite animes. Maybe you could have top animes, but you're also including anime shows in the first 3 lines, the first paragraph, which is good for your search engine optimization. So some good stuff there. You want to reinforce that in your video tag. So in contrast to the photography channel, there's a lot of general keywords here like anime and manga, best anime, new anime, anime list. You want to be drilling down and being as niche as possible as quickly as possible. Let's do a quick test on this. If I was to do top 5 anime 2018, and let's just see what comes up in the results here. This is one of those moments where I hope that I can find something which is kind of a breakout piece of content, and we have found something here for a small channel. We have a channel here which has 13,000 subscribers, but they've got 176,000 views. And you can see how their thumbnail very much is focused on the content and how specific their title is. My top 5 anime you should be watching from spring 2018. So just as an idea of how you can make the title more focused and niche is a really good way. They could probably work a little bit on their tags there and make them more specific, but that title is really effective, and it's included in the description as well. So some ideas there for how you could potentially optimize your content in terms of the anime field. The channel there, small channel, has been able to break into the top of the search terms. But yeah, as I suggest, everything April, think about what you want to focus and niche on. Even if it is a vlog channel, maybe focus on a particular topic for the next 5 to 10 videos and see how your audience reacts to it. Or, as your audience was telling you a year ago, 2 years ago, your crafting content was very good. Maybe you could, what's called the trend warp, you could merge vlogging with crafting so that you're making something of value, but you're also including vlogging aspects within that content as well. There we are. We have everything April for you there on the vidIQ live stream. Thank you very much, and I hope you found those tips useful. I'm just going to move my light there a little bit out of shot. Make sure everything looks nice and tidy for you. Who have we got next? I think Extra Sessions Media is in the house as well. So we're going to look at the one from Extra Sessions Media this time. Thank you, Doberman. I will look at your suggestions as well. But this channel comes from, let's kick it in there. 1, 2, 3. We are looking at Nightmare Gadgets. 237 subscribers. So far, we've not hit a Fortnite gaming channel. Phew! I've got a bit of a rest so far, but knowing our luck, that will be the next one that I review. So we have daily videos at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wow, there's a lot of content on this channel. Nightmare Gadget. So, right. So I said that in a really weird way. Oh, right. Gadgets. What you want to probably be including on your channel banner is maybe some of the gadgets that you're going to review, whether it's mobile devices, microphones, PC tech. Definitely include some of those gadgets there rather than quite a big block of text, I would say. Unboxings, reviews, giveaways, and how-tos. Okay, so that's a lot of different aspects that you may be covering in your content. Let's have a look at your description. You now upload videos on a daily basis. Your videos are about technology and gadgets, which we want to see the reviews about. Besides this, you also teach the basics of editing and provide you with app and game reviews at its best. Right, so gadgets. I would immediately be thinking about what are you specifically going to be focusing on with your gadgets. It's a very broad area. It's the same as saying I'm interested in movies and I'm going to do movie reviews. Well, are you going to do movie reviews on romance, comedies, action, sci-fi? Same with gadgets. So you're going to be looking at Android, Apple, PC, mobile, tablets, specific software. I would be thinking about how you can niche down at the moment, because I used to be in the tech sector as a video creator, and we're up against people like Unbox Therapy, TDL, Linus Tech Tips, MKBHD. These channels with millions of views, and they can cover whatever they want. You need to find gaps in the technological market. If I look at your videos, we're going to take this a slightly different way. Oh, look, we've got a video here on Fortnite. If I go to most popular, your most popular videos have been about, let's see, how to fix devices not certified for Google. So it looks as if it's Android tips. You may want to think about specifically looking at Android style suggestions. Although looking at this, there's a bit of a worry here that your likes to dislikes is quite high. So you're getting some dislikes here. So maybe that's something to look at in your content as well. Are you delivering value in your content? Are you giving the false information or incorrect information? Why are these people disliking your content? Again, if it's trolls, you just have to deal with them. But I would say here, looking very briefly at your videos, it looks as if it's on Android. So you may want to niche down into the Android aspect of technology. And is there anything particular on these? It looks as if it's news, and you're just going to have to really compete with these big technology channels. So, yeah, think about where might be your niche. If it is helping people with answers to Android questions that aren't answered anywhere else, that's where you should start with your channel to build the interest in information that can't be gained anywhere else. And for this particular video, that seemed to be the case. Right. What else do we need to look at? So channel layout could be optimized more. You could include most recent uploads in your channel, so we know how consistent you are with your content. And maybe some playlists about Android tips or Android phone news. Could be more ideas for playlists. Thumbnail wise. Okay, let's have a look here at the difference in thumbnails. Again, if we were to take all of these thumbnails and throw them into a batch of thumbnails with other people's content, would we be able to pick out your thumbnails from the rest? And can we really tell that your thumbnails are from your channel? There's a lot of different color schemes and backgrounds and just general style. So I think you may want to consider a thumbnail template which you work from, whether it has the same color scheme, the same font, and then introduce things as you make those videos. I think consistency needs to be a little better on your thumbnails. It's fantastic that you're using these thumbnails, but if we just stop here with these thumbnails, if you look at these, is there any particular thumbnail that really stands out here and says, wow, that's a really good thumbnail, I really like it? I would say this one stands out a little bit because of the contrast between the foreground and the background colors. any others maybe. I guess this idea of having black text versus a simple object to the right maybe stand out a little bit. But then we have other ones where there's so much going on a thumbnail that it's difficult to really focus on a particular thing. So simplify your thumbnails and make them more consistent, I think, is definitely somewhere where you could look at how to improve your content. Right, we're going to click on a thumbnail, particularly not one that I can see. Yeah, let's get that thumbnail out of screenshot. Let's pick out a video such as this one, which has a few more views. And again, yeah, just looking at your subscriber count, 250 subscribers versus view counts. People don't seem to know what they want to watch. There are some that are very successful and others which get barely any views. So niching down and brand consistency are two things that I would definitely focus on to begin with. Right, let's pick this one.
Hey, does my Xiaomi Mi A1 support the project table? Purchased the Xiaomi Mi A1 back 5-6 months ago with the hype of stock Android. Thinking it is Android 1 device means it will get the system update.
Okay, so that's the intro. I would say at this point I'm not really sure what the video is about. I don't think the introduction was strong enough there to understand what we're talking about. Simple way to fix that would be, hi, I'm Nightmare Gadgets. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to look at the Mi A1 project. Let's take a look. And that would just be a very clear, focused introduction to your content. If you're not kind of sure how to tease your content. Now, tag-wise, this is why this video is done well. Look at the very specific keywords that we have here. All to do with this Mi A1 project, whatever that is. Some longer tail keywords which are very specific and doing very well. So I very much compliment you on your keywords. Awesome stuff there. And it looks as if you're optimizing your content quite well with a right title length, and good inclusion of tags. Description wise, yeah, it includes a keyword there, and project treble, whatever that is. So good optimization of your content. And when you find like a niche topic that's maybe not been answered very well on YouTube, your videos perform much better. So this is a good example of the optimization of the video really having a good impact on your content. You're getting some views as well and some responses, which is fine. I would just question why we're getting so many dislikes here. What is the negative feedback? And if you're not sure on that, maybe you could just post a comment in your video. Let me know what you think of this video. I'm trying some new things. If you don't like them, let me know. If you do like them, do let me know. And maybe that could help with the, I guess, audience response to your content. So if we were to summarize your channel, Nightmare Gadgets, I think much stronger brand consistency in your channel banner and your thumbnails as well. Make them look more consistent and less busy so that they stand out on their own. And in terms of content, be more niche than gadgets. There's thousands, if not tens of thousands of gadget channels out there. How does your content separate you from anyone else? And as a personal experience, this is how I distinguish my previous video channel, which was called the Video Gadgets Journal. I did a lot of content on strictly, nothing else, how to record your iPhone screen. A very niche topic. It needed answers. And I was able to build a channel up to about 100,000 subscribers just on that one topic. And it was much better than trying to compete with iPhone 10 reviews versus the big tech channel. So I hope you find that bit of personal experience advice useful to you. Right then, what do we have next? I don't know why I'm using my bell there. I'm a little early. Who is going to be the next channel that we take a look at? If you are enjoying this live stream, of course, do make sure that you Subscribe to vidIQ if you haven't already done so. Give us a thumbs up on this video and share it with the rest of the internet world. We're probably on here for about another hour. So there's plenty of time to get your channel reviewed and get some feedback from you. We've got the next channel lined up. Thank you to the Doberman. And I think this is going to be a slightly bigger channel this time. We've so far looked at channels under 8,000 stubs, but this one is much bigger. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle because it's a foreign language channel, but we don't want to limit our channel reviews to just English-speaking ones, so I'll try and look at the fundamentals as best I can. This channel is, and I'm going to get my pronunciations so very wrong here. It is 3DS, Didas, Divinas. Yeah. I was terrible at foreign languages in school, but it looks as if it's about Nintendo 3DS, I would guess. 23,000 subscribers. And we have some nice channel art here. This looks to be some custom channel art, which is very good. It looks like you do films, music, which is fantastic to see. Your channel has, as we say, 23,000 subscribers. Just under 8 million views, so fantastic news there. Congratulations on your channel. I'm going to guess this is a Portuguese channel, looking at the text there. You've got some playlists here. Looks as if you are showing a playlist for your most popular content there, I think. Oh no, most recent uploads. Okay, so you do a lot of video uploads, but look at the fancy way they've incorporated emojis into their titles. There's kind of a debate going on at the moment about whether you should include emojis in your titles. Maybe it doesn't add to your optimization, but purely from the visual wow and grab factor, the emotional aspect of the potential viewer, that can have an impact. And it's very simple but effective. Recent videos with boom emojis just draws your eyes to the content. So yeah, there's a lot of content being produced on here. 2 in the last hour and 4 in the last day. So it's real strong content. View counts look as if they're sporadic though, so there may be something that we need to look at there. Looks as if there's playlists on Christine Grey from 50 Shades of Grey. It looks like there, films. And so on. So forgive me if I'm getting mistaken here. Is a 3DS thing, am I just misinterpreting that? Is there nothing to do here with the Nintendo device? I do apologise with the language barrier I'm hitting here. Let's have a look at the thumbnails and try and get an understanding now of the view counts. All right, so there's a lot of contrast here between view counts. We've got 24,000 subscribers, but there's videos here with 60 views, 94 views, and then 800 views, 960 views. So stuff is all over the place here, and you might want to wonder about why that is. Is there particular content that's more popular than other content? Like you had a playlist on is it Dorian Gray? I can't remember. I've not seen the film, so yeah, I can assure you I've not seen that film. But is this person a popular character on your videos, and do you need to do more content on that and not bother with content on music where you're only getting 9 views potentially? There's lots of content here, and I don't really know what the concentration of your content could be. I'm now looking at the most popular ones. Here we are. So yeah, it's like Christine Grey. You had lots of successful content there. Is there still any mileage in content for this person? I know that 50 Shades of Grey, I think the trilogy is over now, so maybe you don't have an opportunity there to produce more content. But yeah, again, look at this, the inclusion of the emojis. I think it seems to be working for this channel and is really quite effective. But there seems to be a lot of random videos that aren't necessarily doing anything for the channel. So perhaps you need to think about producing more content that's specific to your audience and less content that seems to be random stuff, maybe hoping that it's going to go viral, I would suggest. Thumbnail wise, I mean, there is consistency. You're using the same fonts and the same general style in a lot of your content. Does seem a little busy on occasion, like this one perhaps seems a little busy and there's very small text that I can't read there. So maybe some tweaks need to be done there. Yeah, and generally I just think about producing, I know this may sound counterproductive, but you're producing so much content and filling your subscribers' feeds with a lot of videos that they're maybe not that interested in. I wonder if when you post videos, do you find that you get a lot of unsubscribes because people subscribe for one particular thing, which was maybe Christian Grey content, and then they get something about God of War or Paddington Bear and think, well, this is not what I signed up for, and then unsubscribe. Yeah, like this one here, Christian Grey, like 5,500 views. This one here, 6,000 views. And this one here, nearly 1,000 views. It seems to me that the majority of the time, people are here to watch content on that. So maybe you want to concentrate on that content, and we'll choose this as as a bit of a more detailed look at how your videos do. Okay, since I know what this video is about, maybe we'll stop it there before it gets any more intriguing. Is this just clips from the film? I'm not sure what the potential copyright ramifications are there, so just something to think about. If you're speaking in a video and giving some critical feedback, then that's absolutely fine. Great, but just be careful of that. I am seeing on your channel description, you're getting a massive amount of views, like 1 million views in the last 30 days, and you're up 200%. So you're doing something right. Congratulations there. I think you just need to find out what your most successful content is and concentrate on that. Absolutely. Tag-wise, it's difficult to really give too much advice and suggestions on the tags because they're not in a language that I'm really familiar with, but it seems like you're ranking high for your specific keywords. I think that is your channel name. But Christian Grey, Portuguese, language tags, I think you would do very well on those sorts of tags. So definitely keep up with that sort of content. I think we'll bring this review to a close because unfortunately, as I say, the language barrier makes it a little difficult to follow this content. Or other than to say, you're not getting that much likes and dislikes. So again, what I feel here is that you may be producing content that people find and watch, but they're not really engaging in you as a channel or as a channel creator. So only 20 comments as well from 6,000 views. So if you want to think about how you can create a community out of your content, think about questions that you could ask in your content, you speaking on camera in front of content, in the content. Those may be ideas to get a more committed audience. I would suspect that you're performing well because the content is at the top of the search terms and you're bringing in a lot of suggested video content and search term content. But are these people sticking around for more of your content? I would suggest not, but you'll know more about your analytics there. So that was, let's see if I can pronounce the channel right, 3DS, Didas, Divinas. I hope I was anywhere near there on my pronunciations. Thank you very much, though, for the suggestion there, Doberman, and congratulations on the channel that you have. Who do we have next? We've got one coming in from Extra Sessions Media. Okay, we've got a big channel this time. Wow, and it's going to be another foreign language channel. So we're trying our best here to work through some foreign language channels. And I'll try my best and I'll give feedback, and hopefully YouTube is an international, global scene, and we hope that we can pick out fundamentals and things irrespective of language. So the next one here we have, with more of terrible Rob Wilson language pronunciation, Luca Video, 195,000 subscribers. Congratulations to you. This is a big channel that has 30 million views, and they joined very recently. This must be a professional outfit, I would say. If they've only been on YouTube for 6 months and they have a big channel already, yeah, this looks as if it may be a professional television channel. Not sure, because I don't know what the content's about just yet. Maybe we'll find out through the thumbnails and such. But there's a channel trailer. Let's play it.
Halo, gua Karo.
Kita Kun.
Kita dari Collab Indonesia Official Creator.
Jangan lupa buat subscribe channel lucu-lucu video.
Dan follow juga di Instagramnya.
Jangan lupa juga buat follow Kun Fitgram dan
Karo_parodi. Halo guys, kalian harus subscribe channelnya lucu-lucu video di sana.
Yep, so as we can see, it's a team of YouTubers, or a production team, or whoever they are. I'm still not sure about what your channel is about. Obviously, I can't work that out from the content, but maybe you could have included some B-roll of footage from your videos, which would help tell us about what your channel does. That might be useful. But in terms of graphics, very professionally done, and you were all in front of camera, which was brilliant for channel authenticity and creating a relationship with your audience. Good channel banners here as well, like the good contrasting colors between foreground and background, and just these nice little icons. These tend to work really well on channel banners. I think I might adopt the same thing on vidIQ, actually. I think some graph type of icons may look good on our channel banner, so something for me to work on there. Uploads, you have your most recent uploads. It looks like you're uploading videos every two or 3 days, it looks like there. And video health is very good. Like, we're getting videos with 800,000 views here, 400,000 views. This channel is taking off. It's a massive channel. Still not entirely sure what it's about, I must admit. Looking at the thumbnails, it looks as if it might be about, let's see, a family vlogging perhaps. That seems to be what it is. You've got different colors on your thumbnails. Does that represent different themes of your content? Possibly. It's a good way of branding different series on your channel. We see the channel logo as well there, which is good. Can't really comment on the titles and how they relate to the thumbnails, unfortunately. Again, maybe some branding consistency might help you here with the terms of the fonts and the thumbnails. We have the font and the coloring. It seems to be quite a strong contrast between each of the thumbnails, which may be a little difficult to help categorize your content. Thumbnails seem generally good though. Like, again, we've been talking previously in this live stream about how some thumbnails, when you shrink them down, they can be difficult to decipher because there's so much on screen, whereas some of these thumbnails seem to do that more effectively. Like, this is a very simple one, but it's an emotional response. Looks like a child is upset. That tells an emotional story in one sense. Here we've got some just two people scratching their head. If I could maybe follow the title, I'd be able to understand how that relates to the content. But there are some which are a bit, I guess, less optimized in terms of thumbnails. This one maybe is a little busy in what's going on here. I think it's something to do with comparing different filters on maybe a social media platform. So there is still some work that can be done in terms of optimization. But look at this. You had 100,000 subscriber live a month ago, and you're already at 200,000 subscribers. So congratulations on the phenomenal growth of your channel, which is absolutely fantastic. If I just look at the most popular ones, maybe we can pick out some stuff here. Videos already in the millions of views, and they seem to be awesome. We've got some 18 plus there, so maybe some potentially inappropriate content that we might not want to look at here on vidIQ. We'll just have a look at quickly one of your videos and see if we can get an idea of how your optimization is. Let's pick let's pick this one.
Teleponnya dulu ah. Sayang, nanti kamu jangan lupa sahur ya.
Ya deh, makasih ya.
Astagfirullahaladzim, udah jam segini.
I can't really decipher the story of that video, but I'm sure it's doing very well, and your channel is obviously doing very well. I assume that Indonesia is probably a big growth area in YouTube at the moment, and you're making a well-established footprint in that market. So just continue to keep it up. Some things I will notice though is I would suspect that maybe you have some external sources which can drive traffic to your content. The reason I say that is because with 70,000 views and only 70 comments, it feels as if not that many people are watching your content directly through YouTube. They may be watching it where they don't have the opportunity to comment. And similarly with the likes to dislikes, you'd probably be looking at the maybe 10 times as many likes to dislikes, 8,000 likes, maybe 400 dislikes from a 70,000 view video potentially. So yeah, I think in terms of giving feedback, you probably have some advantages which other channels don't have the advantages to in terms of how to promote your content, I would suspect. I might be wrong with that, but that just seems to be how the content is being displayed here on YouTube. So there we are. Congratulations to Looker Video. You have awesome stuff going on there. And congratulations on a channel that's about to hit 200,000 subscribers. Yeah, brilliant stuff. Right, what we're going to do now is I'm going to take a very short break so that I can give you some more loveliness in terms of the vidIQ live stream. I'll literally be back in 2 minutes. So in the meantime, maybe you want to go for a drink, a restroom break, or you can smash that like button and share this live stream with the rest of the world. And if you haven't already subscribed to vidIQ, make sure you subscribe now. And we could be selecting you for a channel review in a few minutes. Back soon.
Hey there!
Hi guys.
Okay, we are back. Did you appreciate that restroom break? If you did, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll try and make sure we include one of those in the live streams. We were going for an hour, and yeah, I just needed to take a quick break there, and I hope it helps me to perform better in the second hour, because I always feel as if I'm flagging by the time we get to the reviews in the next session. Okay, moderators, I'm ready for some more reviews. You've given me a brilliant one, which I'm going to cover now, but make sure we have some channels to look at in about 5 minutes. The next one is English, fortunately for me, and this looks like a fascinating channel. And when we talk about niches, I think this channel potentially has a niche nailed down to perfection. It is The Turtle Girl, and I think this is going to be a really interesting channel to look at. We can clearly see what this channel is going to be about purely from the channel banner. and the introduction channel trailer, which is I really like turtles, which I think is a brilliant idea for a channel. I am a turtle-loving teen with a dream, and that dream is to help as many people as I can learn about these unique shelled creatures. I think that's a brilliant value proposition as well. The one thing I might suggest is potentially include a turtle in your channel banner, possibly, just as a idea, because I guess people may misinterpret this as some sort of anime channel or a cartoon channel or something to do with turtles that's not including the turtles. Just a thought, but yeah, including a turtle I think would be a brilliant idea. And you've got a parrot on your shoulder as well in your profile picture, so that's leading me a little astray, but hopefully in the channel trailer we'll be able to find out what your channel is about.
I'm the Turtle Girl and welcome to my YouTube channel. That is right, I'm talking to you. So basically, I'm a person who loves turtles. I like turtles, not even joking. And what I really love most is teaching people like you about proper turtle care so that you can spoil your turtles and make them the happiest underwater puppy dogs that they are. Because I mean, if you've ever owned a turtle, they're basically underwater puppy dogs. But that's beside the point. Basically, here on this channel, you will see videos every Friday morning, and sometimes also Tuesdays, ranging from turtle care videos, to how-to videos and DIY videos, to videos of my freshwater planted aquariums, my other pets, and vlogs, and all sorts of cool stuff. And if any of that sounded interesting, make sure you hit that red subscribe button, because we're going to be doing some cool stuff, and you don't want to miss out. So hopefully, I will see you guys next Friday, and know that you are totally awesome.
That was the perfect channel intro. As I said previously, pattern interrupts really help with content, and this one had all sorts of pattern interrupts. Did you notice when the video creator said, I really like turtles, there was that focus in of the camera every time to really like was said, and then there was B-roll footage of what you're going to be concentrating on. And you also said that you may do vlogs, but the strength of the turtle story was so strong that I think you will be able to take your viewers on that journey to vlogs and other things, as long as the turtle aspect is strong. And I think it is. I would say that this is the best channel intro I've seen on all of my channel review live streams so far. So if you want to quickly note this channel down and have a look at that channel trailer, that is absolutely perfect. So I applaud you. Brilliant stuff. Now, 4,000 subscribers. Next thing to be interested in. Now, we'll come back to the channel layout a little bit. From those 4,000 subscribers, we have fairly healthy view counts. 1,500, 600, 2,000, 2,500. So there's a bit of spiking there, but it's really healthy spiking. We're going from one thing to the other. So we're going from hundreds to thousands. There are occasions here where it looks as if you weren't quite as successful. Maybe this is a good way of showing how when you maybe slightly depart from the turtle videos, like this unboxing of fish art. I know fish and turtles are very similar, but again, when we talk about niching down, your audience has reacted quite poorly to this particular video. So that it's almost like it's the audience and it's YouTube telling you, we didn't really like this video, so can we go back to the turtle videos? And you have done that, and it seems to be really successful. It looks as if when you include turtles in the thumbnails as well, they perform the best. So all again that evidence of the strong core message value. The target audience is people who are interested in turtles, and the value proposition is that you want to share your love of turtles with your audience. Very basically speaking. Just go back to your home channel. Hey there, I'd love to watch that intro again, but we've seen it once. And let's look at your popular uploads. So you've already had some breakthrough videos, 50,000 views, 42,000 views. People are probably thinking, why is this person getting so many views on turtles? And the simple truth is, there's enough people out there to have an interest in turtles, and this video creator is producing some of the best content on that topic. They're going to start to rank in the search terms as well. So awesome stuff. Oh, a lovely playlist title here as well. Turtle 101, an introduction to turtles care. I'm going to have used my quota of the word turtle by the end of this channel review. But lots of good stuff here in terms of your playlist. Some keywords definitely included in there. Maintain, pet turtles, care for, turtle 101 series. Some good keywords included there in playlists, which we don't often see. In terms of your frequency, you seem to be following your own promises to upload a video. I think was it every Friday and then occasionally another one. That seems to be the case, which is awesome stuff. And then some more playlists, so good channel foundations there, certainly. Thumbnail-wise, I think I spotted some really good stuff on your thumbnails. If we take particular examples such as, this latest one, where you can see there's been some manipulation of the thumbnail, which is good. We can see you in the foreground, you have a fish tank in the background, but it's blurred out, and then you've brought in the stars of the show, the turtles, and then you've put what's called a glow effect on the turtles just to give them a bit more pop, and that certainly works well. Here's another one where you've put a glow effect on yourself, and you can clearly see the turtle there. And again, harking back to the previous thumbnails that we've been looking at, when you try and focus on one topic in your video thumbnail rather than trying to cover everything that the video is about, it has much more of an impact. You don't want to tell the whole story in your thumbnail, and this certainly does that. Let's see what else we have. Like really good thumbnails here, really strong, super sharp image there of the turtle. And then some good titles. I mean, this is a good example here of how a title complements a thumbnail. How I clean my turtle tank. You have a tank with a nice glow effect to, again, make it stand out from yourself. And you have what looks to be some sort of cleaning equipment. And I would suspect if I look at how to clean a turtle tank, I'm hoping yours, there we are, phew. I'm glad I was right on my assumption there that you would appear somewhere at the top of the search terms for how to clean a turtle tank. There you are, brilliant examples. And here's, I mean, if anybody else is interested in turtles, this is definitely an area where you can capitalize here on YouTube. Channels with 56 subscribers, 23,000 views, 400 subscribers, 60,000 views. These channels are capitalizing on a search term which has around about 100, which has people searching for it, and there's not much content coming from big YouTubers, so definitely an area where you can capitalize on there. So congratulations, Turtle Girl, on some brilliant content and a growing channel. How long has your channel been going? It's been going for about a year. Maybe you took a break at some point because there's not that many videos. You've got, what, about 50 videos out there. I would say just keep doing exactly what you're doing, because you're growing and your influence is increasing in the turtle world, so to speak. Let's have a look at one of your videos. We'll do the Turtle Tank Tour of 2018.
Hey guys, it is the Turtle Girl. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are taking a tour of my 29-gallon Diamondback Terrapin tank for my Turtle Hoku, but I just decided to film the intro outside because it was like really, really nice. I mean, you can see our rhododendrons. By the way, State Flower of Washington. They're looking really awesome, and also it's pretty warm. I might actually take the turtles out to bask, so if I do that, you guys will also be able to see that in this video. And also, okay, I know it's really off topic, but this is my Black Panther shirt. Avengers Infinity War was amazing. If you are a Marvel fan at all, you need to go watch it. Like, seriously, like, go watch it right now. Anyway, sorry, that was beside the point. Sorry for all you people who don't watch Marvel, but let's just get on with the video. So now we are looking at...
I thought that was a good intro, but you were kind of apologizing that you were waffling a little bit, but we clearly got an idea of who you are as a person and like an infectious personality, and it makes me want to watch more. And you did include that spoiler teaser in there, which again is just a nice way to bring the audience into the content. So awesome stuff here. Excellent optimization. Maybe if you could share it on your other social media platforms, that might just gain you a few more views. Or do you have any influence in other social media areas? Something to think about there. And here we are, some good keywords being used. Turtle Tank Tour 2018. You currently rank #1 for that. Turtle Tank Tour, Turtle Tank Setup, Turtle Tank Setup 10 gallon, Turtle Tank Ideas, Turtle. You can see that the turtle keyword is being used over and over again. Something else that's really healthy on the channel here is the engagement. As I was saying, I think the previous videos had tens of thousands of views and only double-digit comments. This video with 2,500 views has 120 comments. So that's a comment almost every 5 views, which is phenomenal work on... have I got my maths right there? Or am I just... Somebody may... It's like 5%. Yeah, 5% of... Let me start again. You're getting 100 comments for 2,000 views. And that's 5%. So yeah, for every 5 views that you get... No, my maths is gone. Somebody can work it out. What I'm trying to say is very healthy audience interaction of 100 comments there. Are you responding to them? It looks as if you are. You're putting out the hearts and then the view replies. Yep, there you are. So some replies coming in from the Turtle Girl. I would say, in terms of a model channel that's performing exceptionally well and has the potential to grow as a channel, the Turtle Girl is a one you want to visit and take ideas from the channel trailer, how strong the value of the messages in the channel, the channel content itself. The videos look awesome in terms of production and editing. Yeah, I would say Turtle Girl, you are so far the MVC, the most valuable channel of this live stream in terms of information that can be gleaned from from other people. And I'm noticing here that the growth of a channel is not great at the moment, but I feel as if you're 1 or 2 semi-viral videos away from moving up to the next stage where you start to get 1,000 subscribers a month and you smash 10,000 subscribers. And then in such a niche world of turtles, I wouldn't be surprised if brands and sponsor deals and people approaching you to promote their products and maybe collabing with similar channels. I think that's not far off. So congratulations to your channel. Awesome stuff there. The Turtle Girl, you deserve a big thumbs up. I'll think of some sort of specific award in the future. Right, what have we got next? We are an hour and 20 in. Still got plenty of time here. And we found one here from Extra Sessions Media. What we haven't done so far, actually, in the reviews so far, is we've not had a gaming channel. So I think it's about time we brought in a gaming channel. It's going to be another big channel here, the second biggest channel we've reviewed today. I think if we could have some smaller channels next, moderators, that would be fantastic. Feels as if 3 channels over 10,000 subscribers is probably enough for 1 channel review live stream. But we have now Halo MCEE. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I can get the first bit right, but I maybe can't get the second bit right. This is about Halo, obviously, a video game that's pretty old these days. When was the last time a Halo game came out? I think it's a few years. So this is a good way to look at how a channel sustains itself, maybe when the video game isn't as strong anymore. We look at channels that are looking at Fortnite and PUBG, that's the most popular ones. Is it too difficult to break into those areas at the moment? Possibly. Is there potential in older content like this? Maybe so. Let's find out a little more about the channel. It is another foreign channel. Looks as if it's Spanish, this one. So we'll try our best with how we can give you some advice here. But the banner is very strong. And should you include a value proposition? May not be required because we know exactly what this is from the channel banner. Will we find out any more specifically what your content is about?
De los juegos de Halo han salido una gran cantidad de novelas, entre muchas otras formas de expandir su universo y detallar las partes esenciales que lo componen. Muchas veces los juegos son incapaces de reflejar porciones del universo que otras fuentes dictan como parte verdadera del canon. Un ejemplo de ello son las verdaderas habilidades de un soldado Spartan. Claro que es un tema algo complicado a tratar.
Okay, so I have a question for the channel here if you are in the live stream chat. I'm interested to know why you have English titles and English descriptions, and then the video is in Spanish. This is something I'm obviously not familiar with or aware of because English being the most predominantly speaking and channels on YouTube, this is something that I'd be interested in. Maybe if you could give your insight as to why you do this, it'd be interesting to know. I can't auto-translate, so yeah, I'm a bit stuck there on trying to find out more information about the channel, but it looks as if you are sticking to your, forgive the pun, guns here, or sticking to your railgun when it comes to Halo content. That's what you're going to be producing over and over again. Some very healthy figures here, like 7,000 views on a stream. That's very impressive work. Thumbnails look to be of a very high standard here as well. Do they match a theme? Generally so. There are some which detach themselves really from a particular theme. You might want to include a channel banner, maybe not a channel banner, logos in your thumbnails perhaps might help. But the thumbnails seem generally good. There could be room for some potential improvement on the thumbnails though. And look, there's some big changes in your channel here as well. Were you doing a lot of vlogs previously as well? And were the vlogs maybe not successful on your channel? So it looks as if there's been a big shift in channel direction there. It'd be interesting to know why you've perhaps taken that. There is still some Halo content, but you were appearing a lot more in the thumbnails and in the content. Maybe that wasn't working correctly for you. So yeah, some interesting, and then doing some vlogs as well. And your vlogs were getting 10,000, 20,000 views. So you've changed direction of your channel, and that'd be interesting to know maybe why you've done that. I think, yeah, there could be a bit more consistency on your thumbnails. That may be more consistent with the branding. I always think, and I keep repeating myself with this, I always think about, with thumbnails, I want to pick, let's see, I want to pick this thumbnail here, I want to pick that thumbnail there, and I want to pick that thumbnail there and throw them into a pot with a load of other thumbnails and say, okay, can you pick out 3 thumbnails which you think are from the same channel? And I don't know if these 3 would be strong enough thumbnails to know that they're from the same channel, just in terms of branding and consistency. Let's pick a random video, and it will be this one with 11,000 views.
¿Cómo están, muchachos? Yo soy
there you are in front of camera, so you are still the face of the channel. There's obviously been a definite strategy behind removing yourself from those thumbnails. So again, if you can share that in the chat, that would be really useful to know. Optimization wise, it looks as if you're nailing things there very well. Keywords. So the keywords again. Okay, so now we're back into Spanish. Maybe I was just looking at one particular video where you were including English descriptions and tags. So yeah, so there's some unanswered questions here, and it's maybe difficult to get the answers because of, unfortunately, again, the language barrier. But again, just thinking about engagement and how different channels have different engagements. This channel has 100 comments from 11,000 views. So again, engagement maybe is a little lower than what you might want versus the Turtle Girl, who was getting, 120 comments from 4,000 views. So maybe there's some ways to engage your audience more with the content that you produce as a thought. Halo MC. I think that's how I'm going to call your channel. Congratulations though on 75,000 subscribers. It seems to be very healthy. You're getting around about 5,000 to 10,000 views a video, and it feels as if you've niched down almost exclusively on Halo content, and it seems to be doing generally well. So I will say congratulations to you there, and good luck with the rest of your channel. Who is next on the live stream channel review chopping block? Do we have anything in store? We do. We're going to review this one now, and I think it's going to be another video game channel. And we're going the other end of the spectrum this time. The previous channel had 75,000 subscribers. This one has just 91 subscribers, and it's called Tiger T Games. New streams with a Z every Friday at 5:30 p.m. UK time. That's quite a commitment. I hope you are able to keep up with that. So the channel looks as if it's about Super Mario. It looks as if it's about Nintendo in general. I don't know what Random Games is, I must admit, and Cuphead, I'm not sure what that is. I presume they're games. If you go to the About section, you're a fan of Nintendo. You mostly do Nintendo-themed videos, and on your channel you play video games you want to pick and you think your audience will like. Okay, so let's find out what your audience likes. If you're going to save it in your description, let's challenge the ethos of your channel and see what are your most popular videos. You haven't really done any breakout videos yet, but the most popular ones seem to be Super Mario Maker games. Interesting. So it looks as if with your most popular videos, you were playing other people's levels on Mario. That's an interesting approach. And if I was you, I would have focused on that particular niche of videos for a little while and see how that goes. But it looks as if you've departed from that style of videos. There's lots of things to say about the thumbnails, but we'll get back to them shortly.
Here we go.
So the difference here with this channel intro is that you have different footage from your games, and I'm saying the difference between, for example, of a Turtle Girl, but you're not really telling us what your content is about. I can see it's about Nintendo games, so what? Are you going to be reviewing these games, testing these games? You're going to be playing custom levels like you did on Mario Kart? This is where a narration or some sort of text or something to help explain your content would be useful. So fantastic that you have a channel trailer. Just need some tweaking for us to better understand what your content is about. Upload wise, you are posting every few a few videos, maybe every week, it looks like there. Getting a little worry on the likes to dislikes. There seems to be although the view counts aren't that high, so it's difficult to gauge too much there. Probably add some more uploads. Like you had a Mario Maker upload, a Mario Maker series of videos. I think you should definitely have that as a playlist. I think that seems like a really good idea to me as a channel starting off where you play and react to Mario Maker levels. Now then, on to the thumbnails. First of all, let me say well done for doing thumbnails. As a channel that's relatively new and young with less than 100 subscribers, you are already into the idea of branding, which is brilliant. You have a channel banner, you are doing thumbnails, and that's fantastic. Now let's try and improve these thumbnails. One thing I would say is never repeat a thumbnail. Like with these Mario Maker ones, which they look as if they have the most views on your channel. You produced 5 of those, but the thumbnail was identical. If you want people to be interested in your content, you need to tease something from each individual video. Now that might be some stupid jump that you had to try and make on one of the levels, or your reaction to being killed by Bowser at the very end of a level, or the insanity of the 500 Koopa shells that were being thrown at you, or something along those lines. And that should be reflected in the title and the thumbnail. But these, where you more or less replicate the title, more or less, like come and send me your levels, come and send me your levels, event courses, send me your levels. I think there's a real opportunity, or there was a real opportunity here with those thumbnails to really capitalize on what seemed to be quite a unique theme that you had. And yeah, again, play with me, just repeated thumbnails. Try and change the thumbnails if you can. With live streams, that's a little different. And yes, the vidIQ live stream channel review thumbnail is always the same. And I'm thinking of switching it up, actually. But also make the thumbnail legible at 25% size, because this just looks like a bundle of characters. I don't even know what game it is. So yeah, again, tweaks that can be made on your thumbnails. I don't necessarily have a problem with these bright, bold colours that you're using. They really stand out and have an impact on a person when they're just scrolling through the subscription feed. Just add some unique touches to each one of those, and I think that will be a really good idea with the thumbnails. Let's have a look at one of your videos. I can't do a live stream. That's probably going to be too long. So we'll do this one. Yeah.
Guys, hello, it's Tiger here back with another video for you. And guys, I have found when Smash Switch has come out. If you are...
Oh, it's nice to see that you're using vidIQ tools there. Awesome stuff. What I liked about your intro, actually, is that you were teasing something from the content. It looks as if you'd found Smash Brothers, or you'd discovered when it was coming out, or something along those lines. So I like the idea of having the teaser intro to grab the audience in and then deliver the rest of the content throughout the video, which is awesome stuff. You found out when Smash Switch comes out. That's good to see. You could try and reinforce this in your. Tags. I'm just seeing a super chat, by the way. Thank you very much, Halo MC. I hope the advice that we could give you, even though I couldn't follow the Spanish language, was helpful to you. And thank you very much for the 20 Mexican dollars. Appreciated. Back to Tiger T Games. You could include some more tags, such as what's the game? Smash Switch release date. Smash Switch release date 2018. When is, like, you do have one here. When is Smash Switch coming out? More reinforcement of those tags would be good. Some good engagement here as well. 18 comments on a video with only 45 views, which is brilliant. Good work there. And it looks as if you're replying to your comments. Awesome stuff there to see. So I think in terms of building on some of your fundamentals there to get you up to 100 subscribers, I would maybe think about restarting this series on Smash Brothers. It's not Smash Brothers, on Super Mario Maker. And then when Smash Switch comes out, if you're getting it, make videos as soon as you get it, or think about videos that you can make in the lead up to the release, like my favorite characters in Smash Switch, or game modes I am looking forward to in Smash Switch. All of these different ideas on a particular niche, focusing on one game, where you can add something that's a little different to all of the big channels that are probably covering a similar topic. What can you provide which is slightly different? So good luck, Tiger T Games. Congratulations on hitting 100 subscribers, which I no doubt you will do relatively soon. And good luck with the rest of your content. And I hope you have a lot of fun playing Smash Switch when it comes out. I know there's been a big positive reaction to that. All right, it is now. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit here. But we do have a little bit more time to do some reviews. Just try and remember to hydrate myself here a little bit. Who have we got next in the reviews? Just checking if you hear a popping noise, by the way, sometimes this is just my phone giving me notifications of the moderators giving me suggestions for other content for channels to look at. So sorry if that sound effect is slightly distracting. Okay, we've got a new channel to look at. Let's have a look at who it is. It is Night Live 26. just looking at the channel name. Can't tell what the channel's about just from the channel banner, as it just has a pattern and your name. About section. You have 2,000 subscribers, so congratulations on hitting 2,000, which I assume will be very soon. You got 150,000 views. You're an Australian guy trying your luck at YouTube and seeing where it will lead. Started at the age of 22. A bit more knowledge about YouTube. Okay, let's find out what you're passionate about. Let's find out what your most successful videos are. We need to find out that to define your channel. Definitely about video games, that much I can see, and it looks as if you were having some success on Fortnite. 2 videos that did very well. Well, sorry, one video that did phenomenally well, and then another video that did relatively well, your 2 most viewed videos. I guess the question would be, did you carry on making more of those videos? It doesn't look as if you did. So my first thought would be, if you want to look at Fortnite as the content to cover, then make sure you cover it and focus on it for the foreseeable future. I know you've got other games here that you've looked at, but they weren't as successful. There's a big shift in going from a couple of hundred views for videos to 1,000 and then 140,000 views on one particular video that was super successful. Most recent videos are about many different games. So if we look at the difference in games you've got part 1 of Astroneer, Just Getting Started, Learn Japanese to Survive, Hot Switch Super Hot Part 4, Deeply Sin Far Cry Part 2, Top 10 Did or Didn't, Assassin's Creed. So if your viewers watch a couple of videos on one thing and they subscribe, I imagine you picked up quite a lot of subscribers from this Fortnite one, and now they're seeing videos on Far Cry. Do they want to watch those videos? And it looks as if the responses from the view counts, it's no. So many different topics. Maybe decide which topic you're going to focus on for the next 5 to 10 videos and see if you are successful with them. If you want to go back to Fortnite, absolutely give it a try. You had 2 super successful videos there, and then I can't see, you did another one there on Fortnite Battle Royale, but the thumbnail was completely different. So could your audience connect the 3 videos together? Possibly not. So we've gone into your thumbnails to get an idea of what your channel's about. You've got a new intro. It's 4 minutes long. Let's see what your channel is about.
My name is Line26 and welcome to the intro card. Now this is going to be a little bit different because the first thing is I watched my old intro card and I'm like, every single time I watch it I'm like cringe. So this is going to be a new one because that was just recorded like 9 months ago, and like I said, I don't want to watch it anymore. I'm looking at my face, and I have my Twitter up there and everything like that. I'm just like, oh. So this is going to be new. There's going to be like stuff that's showing here. Wrong place, wrong time. Ah, shit.
Okay, apologies for the word that was used there. We'll let that slide. Your channel intro should be as long as I was willing to watch it for, which was about 30 seconds. The one thing I will say is that I like that your intro, it has you front and center introducing yourself. Again, it seems as if you have an infectious personality and you seem more confident in front of camera. I'm assuming you were talking about the intro from a few months ago where you were looking at it thinking, I was as bad as that. We all feel like that as YouTubers, so it's always good to update your content, which is awesome to see. But yeah, I would maybe try and keep your channel trailer down to 45 seconds at most. Include B-roll as you're talking to camera, rather than saying, we're going to look at this, and then we're going to look at this. And it's kind of like a pausing of a video, and I don't think that works too well as a channel intro. Playlist-wise, you got most recent uploads. Looks as if you're uploading videos, I would say, on an inconsistent basis. We had one from 2 days ago, 2 from a week ago, and then there was a 2-week break. So may want to think about how you can produce content that's consistent for your audience. Most of these videos don't look as if they're too time sensitive, so it's better to have your audience knowing and expecting a content coming in a few days' time or a week's time rather than big gaps as a potential idea. And yeah, again, just looking at these popular uploads, Fortnite was super successful, and I think even though it's such a difficult market to break into, when you had that real big hit video, we talk about the double down strategy, making more content as quickly as possible on what is a trending video for you is definitely something you should be doing. I'll just go through the last 10 videos and see what they're about. So, video about Fortnite, 200 subscribers, Good Dog Super Shot, Far Cry Part 1, Far Cry Unboxing, The Lizard Mark Assassin's Creed, Fortnite, Shelf Tour and PC Talk, Far Cry 5, Super Hot Part 4, Just Getting Started, Learn Japanese to Survive, Alone in Space, Astroneer Part 1. This feels very much like you as a video creator is... I like playing this game today, so I'll just do a video on YouTube and see how it does. And that's fine. If you want to just produce content that motivates you and inspires you and you really enjoy making, that's fine. Just be aware of how your audience is going to react to that content if you're jumping between topics. Again, going back to the Turtle Girl example, she focuses specifically on the world and life and the love of turtles. You should perhaps focus on the world, life, strategies, tips on Fortnite or Far Cry 5 or whatever it is your audience engage most with you. Okay, let's have a look at one of your videos. All your videos are very long, I've noticed as well, or the majority of them are, like 20 minutes long, so probably live streams of some kind and screen recordings. We'll pick this one and see how you've optimized the
G'day to
video.
my name is Alan26, and before this video starts, I want to address a couple of things. Now, my channel has been lacking in like uploads and everything like that because I have been going through somewhat of like trying to figure out where my channel is at.
Okay.
Like trying to balance
sounds like you've recognized
my everyday life with my
where
YouTube
you want to take your
life,
channel,
and
which is good.
It's playing a lot on my mind. Where I'm like neglecting people and not talking to people anymore that I should be, but I've just been too preoccupied and with YouTube. So yeah,
yeah, it sounds like the typical YouTube story of you're consuming yourself in producing content and maybe not thinking too much about the type of content that you should be producing and how to schedule it. So this is where I think you may want to think about, I'm just going to do one video a week, or I'm going to upload a video a week. Maybe I can do 2 videos today, and then that gives me some breathing space to look at how I can improve my channel and things outside of making videos which can enhance the content. So yeah, we all understand YouTuber burnout and how it can disrupt your life. So it's awesome that you're trying to use strategies and thinking about how YouTube fits more into your life. So brilliant to hear that. And I guess as a long video, you're able to talk about these things in the content, which is fine. Again, maybe you could have like a teaser to the content of the video itself, and then maybe talk about the story after a quick introduction. But with these longer screen recording videos, I'm never quite sure which direction to take it. Right, thumbnail-wise, tag-wise, Australian Night Live 26, KL 26 Night Live. These tags are all very much channel-specific tags. I would be trying to concentrate as much as possible on the tags of the video game that you're talking about. This would be Super Hot 26, Super Hot Review, Super Hot 26 Video Game Review, Video Game Super Hot. Those sorts of tags, if there's anybody searching for that content. And then you can include all of your channel tags further down the channel list. It looks as if you've got room there. So yeah, definitely something to think about. Congratulations on your channel growth here. In the last 30 days, channel's had 30,000 views. It's grown 100%. Subscribers, 100%. Again, there is some big statistics telling you going, what. Something's doing well on your channel. Find out what that is. Go to your analytics. Look at where those subscribers are coming from. I suspect it's that Fortnite video. If you can do some follow-up videos on that content, jump on there if you can. Some decent engagement for the size of your channel. 12 comments there, which is good. And yeah, some optimization as well to be done a little bit. Again, just include some cards in your videos if you can, and pin some comments if there are any comments you particularly like. And that was Night Live 26. I should be using the bell when we finish a review. Right, we've got time for one more channel review, and it's going to be the group channel review. So this is where it opens up to you. I'm going to bring up a channel, and I want you to comment on things like the channel banner, the trailer, if there is one, thumbnails, consistency, branding, message value. I want to know things like that from your help. So I'm just going to bring up this last channel, which is going to be... yes, definitely want to bring up. Excellent suggestion from the Doberman guy. This person has been on our channel on vidIQ quite a lot over the last couple of weeks, and I really appreciate his feedback and comments on the content. So now we're going to give something back to you as a vidIQ community member. So as I say, with this one, we're going to be getting your thoughts on the channel. Let me just set this up. Here we go. We are looking at Alejandro Perez. This is the channel, 100 subscribers. Folks, start posting your thoughts in the comments, and I will be happy to read them out. What do you think of the channel banner? We're going to play the intro very soon. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Is there anything that you can immediately see from the channel? Screen reviews. It says, great banner. I would agree. There's a good story being told here. The usual classic YouTube facial reaction and recording equipment to emphasize that you're a filmmaker. Brilliant stuff. Catchy channel banner. I would agree, Retro SFX. He looks like an interesting guy. So yeah, the human emotion exaggeration element. Many video creators practice in deep dark cellars. That sounds a bit weird. YouTubers often practice doing facial reactions. That's what I practice doing every Friday at the end of my week. Not really, but yeah. Will work super well on multiple devices and TV. Excellent point there. Yes, I think so what Screen Reviews is telling us there is that you've got a cutoff point on the mobile device of around about here and probably around about there. So it will look very good on the mobile device. Excellent stuff. Jaws19 saying already keen on this channel. I agree. Some feedback here from Pegasus Angel Gameplay. The banner looks nice, but couldn't tell what you do from it. Thought you were a vlogger at first. Okay, well, maybe the channel intro will help us out with that, Pegasus Angel Gaming. So, let's watch their channel banner, and then let us know what you think.
Hey! Welcome to the channel. My name is Alejandro, and on this channel I create videos about family, fun, and filmmaking. I make these videos with my daughter Penny and my dog Potter. I create videos every single day. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I also go live at least once a week. If this sounds like the type of content you're interested in, please hit that subscribe button and ring that little bell. That way you can get notifications every time I upload a video or I go live. Now here's a preview of the videos that we create on this channel.
I'm going to stop it there because I think 30 seconds is enough for a channel trailer. What do you think of what you saw there of a channel trailer from Alejandro Perez? SSB Ace loves the intro. A couple of people also saying that they like the simplicity of the banner. Some people thinking it could be slightly improved. Hype train though, we're loving the intro. Good energy. I absolutely agree there. Artist Matthew Harvey. Some great energy there. Nice personality. Yeah, I think I've been used this phrase a couple of times already, but infectious personality. We're drawn into the content. Good energy and personality. Yet we're seeing the same phrase used by different people here. Good energy, personality, speaks clearly. Speaks a lot better than me, I must admit. Very upbeat, energetic, good quality. Sounds as if here, Alejandro, you've got a very good channel intro going. Sounds entertaining, very upbeat. Yep, I'd agree with all of them sentiments. So good stuff there on the channel intro. Okay, let's have a look at some of the content a little bit. Uploads you are doing every... Looks like as if one every day at least. So a good amount of content being produced there. Some film tips here as one playlist. Past live streams. Okay, so those are some of the playlists. Let's now have a look at the thumbnails on offer. Let us know what you think of the thumbnails. Anything you could tell us here about the consistency of the thumbnails, the quality? Do you think the titles help with the thumbnails? I'm just going to say here, we're going back to the original point that we looked at nearly 2 hours ago with the photograph channel and how you can help, how a thumbnail can help tell a story. Look at this one, golden hour videography, must know tips. I think that's the perfect thumbnail for this title. Brilliantly encapsulates the story of what's going to be in the video. So me personally, that's a brilliant thumbnail. Jaws 19, maybe throw a logo into the thumbnail. Absolutely, good suggestion. A little bit more effort in the thumbnails, but very consistent. If you could be more specific, I'm Mike NL, we would appreciate it. What efforts could be put in? Ben the bartender is saying no words on them. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? They don't necessarily need words on them. Thumbnails can be slightly improved, like text. So people are saying that maybe they want to see some text on the thumbnails. Humbly Driven Media says, very nice, but some have text and some don't. Kind of throws me off as to why. So again, maybe some slight inconsistencies in the thumbnail there. I think, yeah, artist Matthew Harvey, I think you've summed it up perfectly here. Would like to see a design element from the banner included. Yeah, I think you're right there. This is an example. The actual channel trailer thumbnail, I think, is a really good representation of where you could have maybe some theme or color tone. The green seems to work very well. I don't know if that is a specific theme of your channel, but it is your channel banner. Maybe you could include that in some way in your videos. They tend to be, a lot of your thumbnails, I would say, either freeze frames or ones where they aren't strong with the story, except for these ones here. These two are brilliant thumbnails, let me add, just to say. But people are generally saying that maybe some thumbnails need some text. So interesting opinions there. But otherwise, Alejandro, I think that the best point made there was some branding elements taken from the channel banner, put on the thumbnail, may help you. Let's have a look at one of your videos. You're going to do the Peter McKinnon B-roll challenge. I like the fact here that you're trying to follow a trend and a challenge, and that means you can include a keyword and some good stuff there. Let's watch 30 seconds of this video.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Alejandro and this is Penny. Today we're going to take a look at doing the Peter McKinnon B-roll challenge. His challenge is to do a 30-second B-roll in one place. You need to mix it up using different lenses. You're supposed to shoot it all by yourself. Penny's with me, but I'm going to be doing all the shooting. First, let's find out where we're going to shoot and what we're going to shoot here at the Global Village. These flowers here, they could be...
What did you think to the introduction to this video? Any general thoughts on the quality, the storytelling element, anything you might change here? RGV Love saying that you like the introduced characters in the vlogs. Sorry if there's some lag, by the way. I'm hearing there's a bit of lag going on. People enjoying the presence of a daughter, so introducing characters is good. Very good video. The audio sounds very good. but way too many jump cuts. Interesting opinion there, and some may disagree with that. I think that's quite a subjective view on videos on YouTube. Very good introduction, very energetic, really good intro. So it sounds as if the video content is good. My personal suggestions, again, maybe you could have a bit of the B-roll at the beginning of the videos, a teaser potentially, or something that went wrong during the shoot or something that went right. And as well, I think maybe your videos potentially might want to have some music in there to add an emotional underlayer to the content. Just a thought. I know that's a big decision for video creators whether to use music, but I feel as if some music may have helped. So maybe you could experiment in the future on that. Property Parent is saying that it took too long to get to the B-roll, in my opinion. So we were only 30 seconds in, and maybe interest from some of the audience was being lost. So that might be where you have that 15 seconds of a hook to get the viewer interested in the content. Absolutely. In terms of keywords and tags, what do you think of the keywords and tags? Maybe put the challenge first in the title. So interesting perspective there on some optimization of the title. What was the title again? Let me just remind myself. Peter McKinnon's B-roll challenge accepted. So you're saying that it should have been challenge accepted, Peter McKinnon's B-roll. Maybe some music with very low volume. So yeah, the Slayer 360. I don't know if you suggested that after hearing my thoughts, but some potential advice there on including some music. Good. So some responses now. Thank you, Peddling with Paul. Good long tails and getting some ranked tags. Absolutely. Again, even in this microcosm of a video, it has 157 views. It has more views than subscribers. If we quickly go back to the general view count on your videos, 30, 50, 14, 44, 25, just that little optimization of the keywords and tags and following a bit of a trending topic, which is this Peter McKinnon's challenge, this video's outperformed your other content. So a good spot there. And yeah, absolutely. Using these long tail keywords at the top has meant that you are ranking for this keyword. Peter McKinnon's B-roll challenge accepted. Peter McKinnon B-roll challenge. Peter McKinnon B-roll challenge accepted. Is that slightly different? Have you just changed the... What have I missed there? I think you've just changed the uppercase and lowercase on that one. Peter McKinnon B-roll challenge. Peter McKinnon B-roll. But it's all about Peter McKinnon, all about this challenge and your ranking, and that's brilliant. There may be only a few thousand people searching for this term, but you're ranking towards the top of this, and that gives you an advantage, as we can see. So excellent stuff there, I would say. Great ranks on the tags, yeah, absolutely. I think this is a good example of being very specific with keywords, can help you break through. And again, it's a small success, but if you repeat that over and over again, it'll build momentum, build channel authority. Excellent. And finally, in terms of views, 150 views, 30 comments, 15 likes, a good level of engagement there, Alejandro, and it looks as if you're replying to your comments as well. So I think generally awesome stuff. It looks as if your content's very good. Maybe some emotional elements, storytelling elements that you can maybe tweak because it is a vlog, and that would perhaps help you on your way to more successful videos. I'll just go back to having a look at what maybe your most popular videos are. Have you had any successes? No. So your most successful video will probably eventually be this Peter McKinnon one at 150 views. So you haven't really had any breakout content yet, but hopefully, fingers crossed, this is going to be your most popular video, and you can use that as a template for what you can work on next. Keywords done right, absolutely. So there you are. That is your group therapy channel review, Alejandro. I hope you found it useful, and I pretty much agree with everybody's thoughts there on the channel. So I hope you, along with everybody else who's been in this 2-hour channel review live stream, have found it useful. Now, I have some bad news. this is the last time you are going to see a vidIQ channel review in this studio. Thought I'd do a little bit of a teaser there. I am moving at the end of this week, so we're going to have a whole new setup eventually. You may see the green screen a couple more times as I build out my new office/studio, which is probably going to look quite a lot different. So bear with me if there are some technical hitches or there is no live stream next week. We've got to get internet, we've got to get table set up. There's all sorts of significant changes going on. So there may not be a channel review live stream next Tuesday, but there almost definitely will be one the week after. Fingers crossed though, I should have